I say that because I said, why not put it at the top of the top? Put it at the top of the top. Let's think big. You know what I'm saying? Let's think big. You know what? I could think bigger. I did the math. A trillion is 1,000 billion. So a billion times 1,000 is a trillion. What's 1,000 times a trillion? It's actually quadrillion. So I should have named this the quadrillion dollar live stream. I should have did that. But you know what? I think trillion is a pretty high, that's a high target to shoot for. Aim for the moon, land on the stars. So that's where we at right now. And I really wanted to speak and communicate about what's been on my mind lately, what's been on my spirit, and what I believe could really inspire people who are listening to me. You know what I'm saying? I come from a very cultural, diverse background. I've lived a colored life. And I believe my ranges of experiences and people that I've encountered on my journey is the reason why I am successful, reason why I will only become more successful, and the reason why I will continue to dominate the game of life for as long as I'm here existing in this physical reality, which I will always exist because we're infinite. But it's the reason why as I'm living in this timeline, it's gonna be magnificent success, just success after success after success, and it's just gonna be incredible. And I really wanna give you guys the reasons why I know that, and why I can help you do the same for your own life and whatever goals that you have to accomplish. First and foremost, you know, I was born in Germany. My parents were in the military. So my father, my mom, they got together in high school sweethearts. They moved to Germany. I was born in Germany, came back to the States. We ended up going back there. And you know what? Being in Germany, when I went back, I was 9 years old. So I was just like still a kid. I was 9 years old. You're an impressionable kid. And being on this military base in Germany was unique. So I'm in a whole other country, and everyone on this base was actually African Americans. So it's like more like it was like a social experiment. I'm in Germany on a military base, and everybody there was black. A lot of people were black. A lot of the kids in my school were really like black kids, and not only just black kids, but a lot of the kids were like their parents were like from the hood. Like so, there's a lot of hood energy. Street energy and these type of kids, young kids though. But it was just like I had a blend of this world because I'd be going to school every day and then coming home, and on the weekends we'd leave the base and then we'd go travel around Europe. We'd go to Germany, we'd go to France, go to Italy, go to London, and that was just like it's like think about that. It's like two different worlds. You're going back and forth. 1 week here, 1 week here, 1 week here at this school. The kids are fighting, playing basketball, music bumping, like really hood vibes. And then like that weekend, leaving and then going to an orchestra, going to the Louvre and then seeing the Mona Lisa, going to see like the Leaning Tower of Pisa, the Colosseum, seeing all these like super like high art environments and like really posh environments, these places. And it's like, imagine going back and forth to each world. You know what I'm saying? And it gives you so much more street smarts, not just street smarts, but social skills. Being able to talk, to just and walk within these different realms and knowing how to stand out and exist. And not only that, but just to understand the range within humans. And the more people that you meet, the more different types of individuals that you meet, you start to see the commonalities between all people. And when you know that, you start to learn that there's certain things that come with socializing. And when you know this, you can talk to anybody. That's why I could talk to the president of the world, or I could talk to a gangbanger in Compton. I could sit down and relate to them, or Jordan Peterson. I could talk to people from all around the world, and that's what I learned on my journey. Do it jiggle though. You know what? Whatever you're saying, it's irrelevant. You're not worthy, you are worthy, but you're not welcome in this live because that's not the things we're talking about. This is real shit, real talk. You can talk whatever you want, you can watch, but unfortunately, that's not the energy that this is top dog energy, dog. This is A team. That right there is C team, B team, you know what I'm saying, bench warmer talk. People who ain't serious. So go to another live, go watch like puppy dogs or whatever you do, go play video games, do little things like that. Cause this is big boy talk. So, you know what I'm saying? But if you want to sit and watch, you're more than welcome, but I ain't with that shit. So back to what I was saying. I've got a huge, strong understanding of how people are. So being in all these different environments made me somebody who could talk to anybody and have this confidence about myself. But I still had a lot to learn. You know what I mean? But it gave me art, cultured me, and it got me to see a lot of different things. Boom, come back to America. By the way, my father is raising me. My father spent 20 years in the U.S. military. Are you a female? I am actually a male. You know what the fuck I am. And I'm gonna tell you this right now. You guys that are jumping into this live, you're not really welcome in this room because your paradigm, the way you think, it's not on my level. You little boy shit. You are the type of people that would work for me. I probably wouldn't even hire you, but you'd be working for me. You'd probably be like the janitor, maybe the security guard, but I'm a trillionaire. I'm a billionaire. Your type of energy, it's just low paradigm. I'm sorry to tell you, but this is something that you should go look in the mirror and understand that, because this is not what it is. I'm not for play. So by the way, my father spent 20 plus years in the U.S. military. He went to war. So he fought for our freedom. My father was in Iraq, Afghanistan. He's seen people die. He brought people blowing up. Real shit, life and death. People who died, and they got children back at home. They got wives back at home. So he's seen real life shit. And this is my father. He was a major in the military, black man from the Midwest. So he's a leader. So being around my father, coming home after war, spending a whole year, it's like, this is my dad. So my dad, he was a hard body guy. He didn't play around. My father wasn't the type of guy to, play around with anybody like that. My father wasn't the type of man that put up with bullshit. He didn't leave no stone unturned. And I'm thankful. My father was really hard on me, but it gave me strength and character. He made me the type of man who was a hard worker, disciplined, be respectful, push yourself, and be organized. So he really gave me a lot of skill sets. It's something I'm super thankful for. Pause this. I ain't gonna get blah 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 blah. Back to what I was saying. My father was in the military, did all these things like that, and big thing. My father was very incredible. And then what happened after that was I played sports. So I played football, basketball, track, chess. I was always working hard. I was always working out, and I wasn't really with the people that were coaching me hard body type shit. There was like old school coaches, not this new school softy coaches. We can't make them run. We want the kids to get hurt. No, they had us running for 8 hours, bro. Just running and running, yelling at us. If you were late, that's another lap. It's another lap. So they were really hard on us. All these people, I'm going to say this right now. So everybody who's coming here telling me to shut up, doesn't make you gay, all this stuff, you guys are beneath me. Because anybody who's hating on somebody is somebody who's beneath. You guys are literally beneath me. You're beneath me. You're shooting little arrows at me. So you're beneath me. You're not on my level. You should feel sorry for yourself. You should go look in the mirror and say, why am I not as cool as this guy? You're beneath me. You're my sons. You know what I'm saying? So I really feel sorry. So keep sending me keep shooting the arrows, because you're making me stronger, more confident, and you're just making me more badass. So you can hate me, you can love me, but just know I bring results and I can change anybody's life. So if you want to fucking learn, you can learn. But if you want to be a dumbass and keep being a loser who's broke, who's not going to succeed in life. That ain't my problem, because I know where I'm going. Thank you very much. So here we go. I was in sports. Boom. After school, I went to college. I was in high school. Played basketball. Boom, we graduate. All my friends, they decided to go to college. They're going to college. Some kids went to Duke. I know a kid that went to Harvard, community colleges. They said, yo, Leo, what are you going to do? I was like, dude, I'm joining a band. I was checked out of school. My parents were divorced. I went through a lot of things. I didn't know who I was. But I was like, dude, I don't know. I know I want to do what I love and what I know how to do, and that's music. But people were telling me, you're going to be a loser. It's not going to work out for you. It's not going to work out for you. I'll tell you this. That summer, my father and I got in a fight. He kicked me out of the house. Within 2 months, I was living at a famous rock star's house, a man who had platinum plaques and #1 records. His name was Scott Russo for Unwritten Law. Go Google him. Unwritten Law, Scott Russo. I lived on his couch. And I met these kids who were in high school still. I joined the band, and now we were playing shows. And so my life, by the way, I'm a consummate lottery winner. Like I'm the luckiest human being to have ever walked the face of the planet. The luckiest. Only luck has been, good luck. It's ridiculous how fortunate I am. Like you wouldn't even believe this apartment that I live in. I've been living here for 2 years, free rent. That's how lucky I am. You know why? Because I'm perspicacious. And I understand how to grab opportunities in the fucking reality through my consciousness. I know how to see it through my reticular activation system and find opportunities. And I found a grant. I found a grant. They gave me money. I was like, what the hell? So I've been living here, studying business, making videos, learning music, and just programming my mind and getting better and better. And I'm like, dude, it is so dope. And it's like, why me? It's because I'm lucky as fuck, and because I think of that. This is gonna lead on to what this whole entire video is about how you view yourself. How you view yourself is going to shape your entire fucking life. And that's what it's gonna be about. So back to what I was saying. So boom, I'm in a band. Within a year of being in that band, we signed a record contract. I'm 19 years old with a record deal. Super dope. Super dope. I got a record deal, bro. We're playing shows, opening up for Justin Bieber. I met Post Malone when he first dropped his first songs. We're opening up for Sublime. It was wild, man. It was so wild, man. And I'm like, dude. But the crazy thing is, I'm playing shows. And I'm taking a bus an hour north, because I live in San Diego, to meet up with my band, because they lived an hour away. So I would take a bus an hour fucking way every day to meet up with this band, and I'd go back home. And when I was in San Diego, I was downtown living in Section 8 apartments. My neighbors were smoking crack, heroin, people were getting stabbed outside the house, of the apartment complex, people selling drugs. I'm like, it's like hood as fuck. And so it's like crazy, because before I lived there, 2 months before I started living in Section 8, I had been living in a town called Coronado, going to like a high school where these kids were like rich kids, white kid, like more white. I'm not saying white means rich. It just happened to be more white people whose parents had money. And so being in this environment was like, it's like, again, it's the juxtaposition, being from here and here. And this is one of my secret powers, why I'm able to talk to anybody. I can talk to the president, or I can talk to a gang member. Because I know how to see, I can relate to anybody. It's magic. It's like magic. And so being in these different environments has made me this type of individual where I'm fearless. I'm not intimidated. I'm not intimidated by anybody. No one can intimidate me. And this is only the tip of the iceberg. Was in the band, played shows, got signed a record deal, did cool ass shit, was on MTV, was on the radio, put out CDs. Just did so many cool things. And then eventually we got to a point where it wasn't working anymore. And I decided I was gonna go to school for music. I went to the Musician Institute. 2 hours up in LA from San Diego. So I moved out there. It's crazy. I was sleeping on a couch in LA, going to school for music. Super dope, right? Super dope. But the wild thing is, while I was there, I got in a fight with the people that lived in my apartment. They kicked me left. It was like, they all voted me out. I was like, man, fuck y'all, I'm out. I left. I ended up sleeping in the school. Because they had these computer rooms, and it was open 24 hours. So I would pretend to be like sleeping, but I'd put my hands on the keyboard and I'd turn music on, and I'd be like, and then the security guard would walk by, but I'd be sleeping. And then and class would start at 8, so then I'd set the alarm for 6, and then I'd run to the gym, work out, take a shower at the gym, and then go to class. So that was what I was doing in school. And that's a whole nother fucking episode. I'll get into that later. But eventually I was like moving back and forth, homeless, get a place, be back at school. Got out of school, I couldn't afford it anymore. I got behind on my student loans, and I was like, fucking, I'm out. I learned enough, right? I'm telling, this is why I told you I'm a fucking consummate lottery winner. Within a month of I was kicked out of school, I was homeless again. What happened was I was walking from playing outside, because every single day I would get out of school and I would go play on Hollywood Boulevard for hours, just sing, rap, just entertain, practice. And I wasn't even that good back then, but I said, fuck it, dude, because I'm a fucking G. I do what I believe in this shit. I want this shit. Boom. I'm walking to this dude's house, because there's a dude that I used to work with, because I had a job. And he was like, look, I heard you're homeless. You can sleep here in my apartment. So I was like, all right, cool, boom. Tonight, not every night, but tonight you can. I leave from playing. I'm going to his apartment. And then I see in the Ralph's parking lot, there's a parking lot, Ralph's. It's on Sunset Boulevard, right off of Hollywood, right off of Highland. Past the In-N-Out, you go a little further down, boom, it's a motherfucking Ralph's. I see a Maybach, right? I'm like, oh, that's a fresh ass car. Who is that? I wonder who that is. It's Hollywood, it could be anybody. I walk over to the Maybach, guess who it is? DJ Khaled. We the Best Records. DJ Khaled. This is right before he put out, I'm the one, yeah, I'm the one with Justin Bieber. So he wasn't as famous as he was, but he was still famous. He had a song with Drake, I'm on one, You know what I'm saying? No new friends. He's DJ motherfucking Khaled. You know what's up. Boom. I see him. And I was like, yo, DJ Khaled, bro, let me play you a song, man. I got the guitar. I got a guitar on me. Hold up. I got a guitar. And he was like, no, not right now, not right now. Not right now, man, not right now. But I was like, no, DJ Khaled, I got music, bro. I got songs. I got Justin Bieber type songs. Justin Bieber type records. You need a song with Justin Bieber. This is before he had a song with Justin Bieber, which is I'm the One, which is literally his biggest song. It has billions of streams. So maybe I planted that seed. Maybe I'm the one, but maybe he was already thinking that. But who knows? I can say that I have the story to talk about it. Boom, he was like, fine. You got a minute, you get a minute. I started singing. I don't even remember what I sang. It was like, I know it was this chord progression. Yeah. Now give my mind, I sing you for a mile. Yeah. Something like that, I'm freestyling. I started singing for him. He grabbed his phone. He puts me on a Snapchat. Millions of people watching me. He puts me on a Snapchat. And he's like, yo, you're fucking talented, right? He gives me his number. He takes my number down. Cool. I was like, wow, that was amazing. I leave, right? Next thing you know, the next day, my phone starts ringing. I look at my phone and guess what it says? DJ Khaled. I'm at work, flipping patties. I'm working at burger, not flipping patties, but putting with sandwiches. DJ Khaled calls my phone. I ain't got no money, I'm broke, but I got Khaled calling my phone. I look at my phone and I'm like, yo, what's up? He's like, yo, Joshua. Yo, man, you're talented. You're great. You know what I mean? We got to get you in the studio someday. We got to do business one day. All I can say is you got what it takes. Never give up. Clip. Boom. That's all I needed to hear. That's all I needed to hear. At that moment, I wasn't listening to anybody. I was listening to people, but when people were trying to tell me that my destiny, my dreams were too big, I was like, you don't know shit. Because this guy validated me. He's a fucking multi-millionaire, billionaire, like icon, famous. He's made history. Y'all don't know shit. So I was just like, that was like one of the biggest indications. Boom. That happened, you know what I mean? Life goes on, but in the long story short, to be where I'm at, because I can keep going. This story can keep going for a long time because the story keeps going. I'll keep going, fuck it. I ended up working at a elementary school. So I'm around a bunch of kids. I'm like, dude, I've never done this shit before, but I got little sisters, I got family. I'm like, dude, I'm working with kids now. And I'm like, dude, this is the coolest thing ever. I'm learning how to be a leader, how to be compassionate, how to have empathy and understanding, and knowing how to be inspirational. Because children need someone that they're inspired by. That's who they listen to. So it taught me a lot. And I made mistakes, just like learning how to deal with kids. Sometimes you may yell, and like you may make me cry. And like, oh, my bad, I gotta learn I gotta be very like delicate with my communication. That's something I had to learn. But it taught me leadership. I ended up dropping that. I quit after a year. I was like, I can't do this anymore. It was getting too crazy. It's a lot of work. A lot of stress. And it was like, I gotta get out. Got out of that, took my paycheck, I bought a camera. I went and bought a camera. I grabbed that camera and I started walking up every single store in on Melrose. Walked into every single store. Yo, you need a cameraman? You need a cameraman? You need a cameraman? No. Yes, we need a cameraman. Boom. That's all it is. The Matrix, by the way, it's a numbers game. It's all numbers. It's just numbers. Talk to as many people as you can. You find the yeses. Found the person, say yes. He's like, yes, I'll pay you $500 to take photos for me. Boom, I got that done. And this is after I quit my job on the spot. I just took a risk. And a lot of people would never do that. But me, like I said, I'm a consummate lottery winner. Who I am as a man, I am a lottery winner. I win the lottery. I don't even do the lottery, but my thinking is that I'm a lucky man. This is what it is. Everything works out for me, always. So I quit the job, no income, boom. Within a month, I'm getting paid to take photos. Now, and then next thing you know, within another month, I meet another client. So now I have my own little play business, my little business that I'm doing. And it's like everything works out for me. And now I'm learning business. So I've been doing music. I've been living on the street, learning the street life. But then now I'm in business. And now I'm learning, how to do cold calls, how to send emails, how to do copywriting, then learning how to edit videos, and then learning branding and marketing and how to run the Facebook ads. So now I'm learning business skills and social media. And that's what I'm saying. My whole life has been like, I've been in all these different realms, bro. I've been in the ghetto. Then I've lived around rich people. I've lived in Germany. I've lived around, my whole neighborhood was all Mexican. And then next thing you know, because my girlfriend, she was Hispanic, so I'm around everybody's Mexican. I've worked at places where everyone was Asian. I worked at places where everybody was black and from just brothers, you know what I'm saying? So, and then I went to a school where all the kids were white. And I'm like, dude, I see all these different humans. And the whole time I'm just absorbing it all. And so after I was in business, learning business, man, what happened was I had this agency, and then I ended up going back to the same grocery store that I saw DJ Khaled at like 3 years prior. I see in that grocery store a man named Malik Youssef. Malik Youssef is a man that I saw on YouTube, and guess who he is? He wrote on every single Kanye West album. He's a songwriter for Kanye West and a producer. He's worked with Jay-Z and Beyonce. This is the pinnacle. Billionaires. This is this man grocery shopping. And knowing because I have the balls and I believe in myself, I'm not afraid of rejection. I walked up to him and said, yo, I'm a fan of you and the work that you've done. I want to work with you. He said, all right, give me your number, boom, I'll call you later. That night he called me, gave me the address to the studio. The next day I was in the studio with Malik Youssef. Boom. That's how I fucking do it, man. I know how to manipulate the matrix. I know how to create opportunities and create my own luck. This is how I've been living my whole life. So boom, I'm working with Malik Youssef, and that was dope for 2 to 3 months. Nothing crazy didn't come out of it. I didn't get paid a bunch of money, didn't become famous, but all I had to know is I was in the same room with that man. Get out of there, boom. I need a new stop working with him. I need a new opportunity. What's gonna happen? I don't have any money. I don't want to go work at a restaurant, clothing store. This girl that I knew from back in the day was like, hey, they're doing, actually fucked up my story. This might have become prior to that, but I'm gonna add it right there. I'm gonna have to rewrite it, but this is basically what happened. This girl was like, hey, we are doing live streaming. There's a live streaming coming. This is before what we're doing now is normal. This is normal now, but in 2016, 2017, it wasn't new. It was still a blue ocean. And so companies were starting live streaming companies. It was Sonic Box, I Go Live, and Bigo Live. Bigo Live is basically the most popular one out of those three. But I started working for Sonic Box. So now I'm in this huge facility where a bunch of musicians and speakers and people, we were given little, imagine like a big facility where everyone gets little cubicles with a camera, with their phone. No, with a computer setup. So boom, you know how people now, they have their Twitch, you have Aiden Ross, you have these live streamers. I was doing that back then, but it wasn't popular. It wasn't like a big thing. So, but I was learning how to be on camera. But this is what I'm saying, man. My life has been so lucky. And I was getting paid to play the guitar for 8 hours a day. That was wild. So I'm working there. I worked with Malik Youssef. Man, I said, where are we at right now? Me and my girl, we're living here. Then, here's the thing, when I was working at the Sonic Box, that ended up ending, and then I started working for another live streaming company called I Go Live, and their headquarters was in Beverly Hills. So I was going from East Hollywood, which is a little more ghetto, taking the bus to Beverly Hills. Like I said, my whole life has always been like that. I'd be in like a super ghetto environment, and then I'd be in a rich environment, and then I'd be in a middle class environment, then I'd be in a ghetto ass environment. I'm like, all these different environments, it's like, it just gives me the ability to be around anybody. Now, guess where this I Go Live place in Beverly Hills, I end up finding out was being funded by a billionaire. His name is, I don't know his name, because he's Chinese, it's a Chinese man. I don't know how to pronounce it, but if you type in Mr. Pink energy drink in Google, find out the founder, that's the guy. He's a Chinese guy, I don't know what he's doing now, but because it was like years ago. But boom, now I'm in the presence of a man who has made $1 billion. Most people can never say they've ever met a man who's fucking has $1 billion. The only people they see are people on the phone. I'm face to face with this man. Now, when all this is said and done, what did I gain out of this? Did he make me a billionaire? Did he make me a millionaire? No. But what I did gain is I gained the experience of knowing I was standing next to this man. And what happens is when you stand next to a man who has $1 billion, you realize he's a normal dude. You see him and like, oh, he's got a little dirt on his shirt. I'm like, oh man, I think you just spilled some food on your shirt. Like, you see him, he's like actually like 5'6", he's short, he's kind of shy, he's not that confident. You're like, you made $1 billion? Look at you. You're not like some god, you're not like better than me. You're not better than me. That's what you see. You realize that he's just a human being who just did it. And I was like, I didn't know this back then, but all these experiences by meeting DJ Khaled, Malik Youssef, meeting this billionaire, and being in the same office as him for, even if it was just for 5 minutes, even if it was for 2 minutes, talking to him for 1 minute, 30 seconds, it just puts an impression on your mind where you're like, you start seeing yourself different. You're like, oh, I can be in the room with the billionaire and talk to him and gain his respect. I don't even need to gain your respect, but because I'm a respectable man. So I don't need to gain anything. I present myself as such, and you will feel the presence because that's who the fuck I am, right? That's how I view myself. And this is all these experiences have made me this type of person. And the wild thing is seeing the top of the mountain, the bottom of the mountain, the top of the mountain, the bottom of the mountain. It's given me this ability to be gracefully cocky. It's given me this ability to be humble and cocky. I know how to be cocky as fuck. I know how to just be arrogant on some Donald Trump shit that makes people believe in you. You can sell people a lot better. But at the same time, my inner world is humility because I know how it is to eat dirt. I know, not literally, not literally, but I know how it is to like be at the bottom of the fucking barrel. I know how it feels to be sleeping outside, sleeping on a fucking train, fucking Section 8 housing, motherfuckers trying to, stab you or fuck with you, getting in fights with motherfuckers on the streets. Fucking having a dog to your name for weeks, holes in your shoes. You know what I mean? How people treat you. You walk into a store, they look at you like you're gonna steal something. Like you have to deal with like being seen as like less than everyone else, less than human. I know how it feels to feel like that. Shit sucks, man. But I know how it feels to feel like that for months, years, long time. You go through that for a long time. Most people would break their spirit. They would think that that's who they are. But these people don't know. In my mind, I'm like, no, I'm a fucking billionaire, bro. I'm a champion. I'm a Grammy winner. I'm a genius. I can do anything I set my mind to. I don't care where I'm at. I know where I'm going. So you laugh now, but I will have the last laugh in the end, and that's what I've always known. And so, boom. What happened then? Next, you know, I'm living in LA. COVID happens. I've gone through all these things: school, Malik, Kanye, DJ Khaled was my girl. Me and my girl, we've been together for 5 years. We broke up. Now we weren't married, but if you're with someone for 5 years and you're living together, it feels like a divorce when you break up. It's very hard. It was very hard for me, and it was during COVID. It was crazy. I ended up leaving. I left. You know what I'm saying? And I decided I was gonna sleep in my car. I was like, fuck it. I'm not gonna go to another apartment. $3,000 deposit. Gotta work more hours just so I can have a roof on my head. I'm not even gonna be living in that motherfucker because I gotta work just to put the money into the house, which is a whole nother scam in the whole wage slave game. But it's a whole other conversation. I was like, fuck it. I'm sleeping in my car. I ended up parking my car every single night. This makes me different than most motherfuckers. Most people would sleep in their car. They park at like a JCPenney's parking lot. Every time I take my car, I could have parked my car at JCPenney's, but I would drive my car to the Hollywood Hills every night and go to sleep. So I may have been homeless, but my car is in the motherfucking Hollywood Hills. So now I'm surrounded by these beautiful views, beautiful homes, affluent neighborhoods, but I'm sleeping in my car. I barely got any money in my pocket, but here I am in this rich neighborhood. You know what I mean? If I wasn't there, I'd go to Santa Monica Pier and I'd park my car right there on the street right there and wake up every morning on the beach. You know what I mean? And if you try to get a house on that beach, it's gonna be upwards to $1 million. So that's my thinking. I was like, look, if I'm gonna be homeless, I'm gonna sleep in my car. I'm gonna at least be in an area that's affluent. I'm gonna be in these areas so it doesn't break my spirit and it still gives me perception. You know what I'm saying? And it's like most people who have a nice house, who have money and cars, they would wish they could live in the Hollywood Hills. They wish they could live on the Santa Monica beach. And here I am sleeping in my car with barely any money, and I get to live there. Fucking hack the game. It's in some way, right? That's how I was doing it. So boom, was doing that, ended up leaving, experienced that, ended up in Portland. Came to Portland with $40 in my pocket. $40 fucking dollars in my pocket. Got into a homeless shelter after a week of sleeping on the motherfucking bus, the train, but here's me. This is how my mind works, bro. I'm motherfucking Neo in the Matrix. I had my laptop. What I would do is I found Portland State. I would sneak into the computer labs in these little offices. So I'm sitting there on my computer, but I'm homeless and I'm just sitting there and I would bathe in the gas station and I was spending hours in there working on the computer, just trying to figure out what I'm gonna do. Ended up eventually getting myself into a homeless shelter. Was there for about 2 months. Within 2 months, I found an opportunity. They were giving out grants. They gave me a grant to pay my rent for 2 motherfucking years, bro. 2 years rent-free. So here I am, living in an apartment, not paying any rent. Who gets to do that? Me. While other motherfuckers are going to work, slaving for days and days just to have a roof over their head, here I am, getting to be here. And then I just spent all that time meditating, shadow work, repairing my spirit, doing childhood trauma therapy, really looking at who I was and what I've been through, my story, learning neuroscience, psycho-cybernetics, the study of personal development. I started playing the guitar even more, started singing more, started rapping more. I just started building myself up. I treated this experience like I was in a hyperbolic time chamber. And almost like I was going to college. Like, you know what, I'm gonna turn myself into the best version of myself. So from there, it got me to this point where I've learned coaching, digital marketing, music, and it's like now, like, dude, I'm Genghis Khan, man. I'm Alexander the Great. The world is mine. You know what I'm saying? I've already conquered the world. I'm dominating the game of life, baby. This is massive success. Every breath I take is success. Every time I exhale, it's success. Every step I take is bringing me closer to the success. You know what I mean? I'm just a consummate winner. I move from success to success effortlessly and rapidly. It's the way it is. And I praise Lord, praise God. And so now I realize, like, yo, this whole entire life experience is like all about how you think, man. How you think, how you view yourself, how you view the world, and your purpose in life. And just thinking extremely, whatever it is, just extremely big, extremely more next level than everybody else. And then I started reading, psycho-cybernetics. Psycho-cybernetics is the study of personal development and human achievement. Studying all that has given me so much more understanding of how you view yourself. And I didn't know this at the time, but how I viewed myself was almost like two extremes. I would view myself as a success, but then I still had programming in my mind that viewed me as a failure. So I've had to spend a couple years reprogramming my thinking to really put myself you basically need to train your mind to perceive your whole world and your whole life as you being a success, and how every single thing that happens for you. Perceive it that way, everything. And then what you have to do is reframe your entire past. Every negative thing that's ever happened to you, see it as a positive for why you are who you are today, and why it's going to be the reason why your whole life is a massive success story, beautiful, happy ending, just the greatest. You have to change the way you view everything. And from then on, you need to understand self-image. Your self-image governs what you're able to do in this world. I'll give you an example. Mike Tyson, he used to say things like, I'm a god. I'm a god in the ring. And when you get in the ring, he would transform into this unbeatable character. And I started studying like sports and like how players and athletes turn into like these unstoppable winning machines, and like artists and business owners. And I'm like, oh, I get it. There is a certain level of belief that these people have that the average human being doesn't have. And this is what made me so much more understanding of like, I have to be different. A lot of people struggle with standing out. They want to be normal. They want to be perceived as normal. But the problem is with normal is that normal is another word for average, because most people are normal, which means most is an average. Most is average. And when you have most people are living an average existence. You get an average life. You get some money, you may have a family, you have some cool things, but you don't really have an extraordinary life, a life that's very like exciting. And the reason why is because if you do average things, you're gonna get average results. If you hang out with people who want to just do average things and want to fit in with everybody and be normal, you're going to get the same results as everybody else. The only benefit, I think, is that you're protected because you have a lot of people. But if you're the type, a lot of people you're going to be able to relate to and surround yourself with. But the problem is, if you're the type of person who has dreams, you believe in yourself, or you want to believe in yourself, you want to make a difference, but you're still tethered to the idea of being normal, you're not going to get there, man. Because if you're not going to get to your goals and dreams, because at the end of the day, if you want to touch the stars, you got to leave the ground. And most people, they're on the ground. Because most people don't have wings. Most people don't have their wings. Their wings were cut off by the time they got to high school. You know what I mean? Society institutionalism, family, people that cut your wings off. And then you have the people who have wings, but they're afraid to flap their wings and start flying, because what happens is people who don't have wings say, hey, get down, don't get down. Because, you know, it's really, sometimes it's out of fear, but a lot of times it's out of jealousy. Because they're like, well, you have your wings. But a lot of times people, their wings are not chopped off. They still, some people have their wings totally chopped off. Some people have the wings, but they don't know how to flap them, and they're afraid to flap them, so they don't. And there's some people who can flap them, they're trying to get off the ground, but they're held back by the people who are, you know, jealous. They don't want them to fly, because if they fly, then they leave, and that's a reflection of them not flying. And then there's people who, like me, who have wings, and bro, I'm gone, baby. I'm not. Bye bye. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to the stars. I'm already there mentally. You know what I'm saying? I'm already there. It's just like, yo, you just gotta watch the story, baby. Watch the movie, because it's only gonna get better, more exciting, and more next level, and more victorious at the end of the day. Because that's who I am, baby. I'm a winner. I'm a champion. You know what I'm saying? And like, I don't say that to be an asshole or be cocky. I say that to just tell you the truth. If I didn't tell you this, I'd be lying to you. You know what I mean? And this is what I realize in the world, is that we struggle with being confident in the world. And this is what the average person does. The average person downplays their confidence. They downplay their abilities because they think that that's going to make them likable. But if you want to be a leader in this world, you have to be willing to stand out and be outspoken and be confident and be assertive about who you are. And that means you have to be okay with people perceiving you as negative, or arrogant or cocky. Do that. But winners, they don't get mad at people to that, because they know that's what's required. So you may lose a lot of loser people. The losers are not gonna like you. You know what I mean? But the winners are gonna see that, and they're gonna like that, and they're gonna fucking be attracted to that. And that's one thing I realized. I've always been a winner, but I was afraid to vocalize it. I was afraid to show the world that, because I was afraid of polarizing. But I realized that in life you have to be polarizing, because you don't want to try to get everybody. Because if you get everybody, you're gonna attract people that you don't even want. You want to attract the people that you do want. So you gotta repel, put your real confident, highest self to the world, and so you can repel. You want to repel people. Some people think repelling is a bad thing. No, it's a good thing when you do it directly. Repel the losers. Repel the people who don't want to work hard. Repel the people who are jealous. Repel the people who are cowards. Repel the cowards. Repel the people who are negative, who just want to complain, the complainers. Repel them. Repel the people who are, 40 laws of power. I forget the law number, but it's one of them. It's avoid the unhappy and the unlucky. The unhappy, unlucky motherfuckers who that's who they are consummately. Repel them. You want to repel these people. You got to know who you don't want. A lot of people, they know what they want, but you need to identify who you don't want. What type of people you don't want in your life. What type of woman or boyfriend or business partner, friend, customer, client. Know who you don't want to work with, so that you can position yourself in a way that's going to repel the people you don't want and attract the people you do want, that can get you to where you're trying, because we don't try, where you are going. And that's what I've realized in my life. And with this whole story, a lot of my story in the past, when I thought of my story, I focused on the negative aspects of it, and that was holding me back, because the past can hold you back, or your perception of the past can hold you back, or it can propel you forward. And it holds you back when you focus on all the negative things, and basically those negative beliefs and memories turn into parachutes on your race car. Think of yourself as a race car on your journey. Your negative thoughts and the way you believe and perceive yourself and your past are parachutes holding you back. So you could be driving at 100 miles an hour on the dash screen, it says 100, but actually you're driving like 50 miles an hour because of your parachutes. You got to snip those parachutes off, and so you go whoosh, go to your dreams, go to your goals, unstoppable. So that's one thing I realized. And so for me, I've been just snipping off the parachutes that have held me back. And a lot of that was all in my head, the negative thoughts. And that's one of the things you got to do. You got to kill the ants. Kill the ants. Ants are automatic negative thoughts. The brain produces thoughts, like 7,000 thoughts a day. When you are focusing on the negative, you're basically allowing negative thoughts into your brain, which basically creates a virus, basically holds you down. It warps your perception of reality and your perception of yourself. And it fucks a lot of people up. And it's almost, I would say the average person is controlled by ants, by the automatic negative thoughts. And what happens is, a lot of times, negative thoughts, it's like a poison drip in the back of the mind. It's like beep, beep, beep. just lifting up, just toxicity. You know what I'm saying? And you have to release that, remove that. Because that when you remove that, one, it lightens you up, but it gives you more mental bandwidth. Now you're thinking more positive, and now when you're thinking more positive and your brain is clear, your perception of reality changes, and that gives you the ability to see opportunities. I've met people I knew people who lived in Hollywood. They were there for 5 years, 10 years, and I was like, yo, have you ever met anybody famous out here? And they'd be like, nah, not really, maybe one time. I'm like, bro, you've been living in Hollywood, LA, the entertainment capital of the world, and you haven't met one famous person? And while I was there, I was like, dude, I saw Pink. I saw the guy from Jurassic Park. I saw DJ Khaled. I met Wiz Khalifa. I saw LL Cool J. Bro, I saw, who else I see? Bro, I just keep going, bro. Amber Rose, Kanye West people, Dr. Dre. I saw motherfucking Ice Cube. Nigga, I met the drummer from Red Hot Chili Peppers. I didn't meet him, but I saw the drummer from Red Hot Chili Peppers. I saw Grant Cardone. Bro, I was seeing so many people, bro, like famous people. I was like, why am I always running the Kid Laroi, Justin Bieber? I just running into famous people all the time. Whether I met them or like I just saw them. And I'm like, dude, it's because my perception, when your perception is open and you're not being held down by negativity, you can see the positives. And when you see positive, you start to see more positive. And then what happens is your paradigm becomes a positive paradigm. You just become the type of person who can constantly see opportunities in the matrix that are happening all the time in front of people all the time, but they don't see it because their perception literally blocks it off from them. And even if they do see it, when your brain is programmed from a negative paradigm, you will see an opportunity as a threat. And when you see threats, most people run from threats. Naturally, you're gonna run from a threat. But when you're a positive thinker, you're gonna see an opportunity and see not as a threat, you're gonna see it as an opportunity. And so the way you see the world shapes everything. And that's why you have to, what I've learned for myself is I've had to design a mental model that's literally designed 100 trillion, quadrillion % for my benefit, for good outcomes. Always the best outcome. So even if it's not even, and even if it doesn't work out perfectly, it always is a good outcome, just through my perception. I always see it as good. I always find the good. And it's like a practice. And it becomes like, man, you guys are watching somebody who, this is the beginning, and we can document this now, but, I'm going to say this right now. Hi me 1 year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, when, I'm like a freaking multi-millionaire on his way to $1 billion who's winning Grammys and, Emmys and changing the motherfucking world for the better and just making history and literally just dominating all realms of life, entertainment and multiple different industries and just changing the world and just being an iconic public figure. Like you're watching history being made. And it's only the beginning. It's only the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Because not only from what I'm doing in this life, but y'all see what I'm doing in this life, wait till you see what I do in the next life. You know what I mean? I'm only preparing myself for the next life because it's going to be even more next level, more badass in all the good ways, in all the best ways. So if you want to watch a video that's inspirational, change your whole life, go rewiring this. It's 43 minutes. This is a 43-minute of motherfucking inspiration and fuel. It will change your life. You will learn invaluable information that the average person isn't going to tell you. You on the bus, or you at a job, or you're here, you're not going to hear the type of things I'm saying in this. I'm saying things you've never heard. You're seeing a perception that you've never seen, and this is a perception that will literally change your life. And I got so much more to go because there's plenty more where that came from. I want to say thank you to everybody who watched me. I appreciate all y'all. Mad love, mad praise, mad blessings to all y'all. Not mad, good, happy blessings. You know what I mean? But I'm watching my words. I gotta make sure the words is right because it's how you speak your reality into existence. And so words are spelling, blah blah blah. That's another conversation. But stay positive, put love out into the world. More success, more wins, more victories, just more dominating the game of life because that's what it is. That's what we do. Trillionaire mindset. Let's go, baby. Peace.